Hello summoners, welcome back to another tier list update for the month of April. I haven't done one of these in a while. I think the last one was in January, like early January. So we have 3 months worth of champions to cover, and we also have some buffs like Nightcrawler and Luke Cage. But because I haven't done this in a while, so I could have missed something. So do have a look and let me know if I missed something. Link to it will be down in the description and also the pinned comment. So let's get started. First new character we're gonna talk about is probably my favorite in this last 6 champions release, and that's White Tiger. I think she's pretty good. She has a lot of, and she ticks a lot of boxes that of utilities that you would like to have. For example, she has Furies, she has decent damage output, she has a damage over time debuff as well in a bleed, she has some power seal as well, and overall the flow of the fight, you would feel that she is a pretty strong character. And I think, at least in my opinion, of the last few characters released, she was the one that got me the most excited. Next up, we're gonna talk about the Destroyer, most recent champion in the game. I think he's really good. You go for the SP3, you get the degeneration, then you go for SP2, you gain a lot of power from that. You can pretty much spam to SP2s and they do a decent amount of damage. It's pretty good, especially if you have the degeneration, then the SP2 damage is good. If you don't, then it's kind of a little bit underwhelming. Overall, he feels like a strong character. I'm pretty confident he won't go down in the future in this list, but he could potentially go up. We'll see how people use him. Now, my least favorite character released so far in this year is Serpent. I really like the animations, but that's pretty much it. He has a very cool SP2 look wise, but the damage is underwhelming. In my opinion, he is a ramp up character for sure, but I don't, at this point I don't like ramp up characters. I don't get ramp up characters because I would much rather, like, if it's gonna take a few fights to get ramped up, I would much rather use someone like Aegon or Strike, especially if these are longer fights we're talking about. If they are shorter fights we're talking about, then I would Corvus it, probably that even would be really good. So Open, he's capable of some big numbers, don't get me wrong, but overall I didn't get a very good feeling from him. And the one thing is that I haven't seen him in Battlegrounds, and he's supposed to start with some charges in Battlegrounds. So maybe there he would be useful, and just being good in Battlegrounds can really change ranking in this particular list. So there is hope for him. There is a chance he goes up. Initially, a lot of people thought Corvus is bad, and ramp up characters, are a bit harder to judge. But let's see. Initial impressions, I didn't have that much fun with him. So, but even that, I'm talking negative things about him. He's not a bad character. If you know, he's added in the basic pull, you get him as your first, 6-star or something. There's a lot he can do, for sure. But overall, compared to all the champions in the game, all 200 plus champions in the game, I would rather use these ones on left of him in the cosmic class. But he's not bad, and even champs on this particular tier are pretty powerful. So next up, let's talk about Dust. I did a damage comparison versus Storm, if I remember correctly, where Storm got some insane RNG. Like pretty much every hit was a crit, but she does a lot of damage. Dust is a very capable champion in terms of damage output. I think she is really good, and deserves to be in this tier. Does she have anything that would take her to like Apocalypse, Domino, Bishop, Omega? These are champions who have been in the game for a very long time. They've proven themselves, and at some point they've been the best in the class. They're not anymore, in my opinion, but they are very close. So I don't think Dust can be compared to these four. But mutant class is still pretty strong, especially up there at the top. I think she is a very good character. If you get her, you should be ranking her up. Next up, we have Bullseye. Personally, I have mixed opinions on him. He's capable of good damage for sure, and he's very good to play. But the slowdown mechanic, see, if you see number of hits, it's okay, but it's big animation. You slow it down, it takes a bit of time, and there is the additional stress to get the perfect release. There are a lot of champions who are very popular, like Kate Bishop, who have such mechanics. But Bullseye, I think, is a very good character, but at the same time, I don't feel it's extremely rewarding, the perfect release thing. And he's good, but he's not as good as these, and but he's better than these. That's basically all I have to say about him. And then we have Ironheart. I think that's last new character that we have to talk about. Ironheart is animations wise probably the best Iron Man centric character in the game, and she has a lot of potential. You know, you can get a lot of ruptures, you can get some pretty big SP2s with her, and she definitely has the damage. So I'm pretty confident again with her that she won't be going down. She could potentially go up for sure. I think in these characters, Destroyer, Ironheart, Dust can go up. Bullseye, there's a chance, but it's a little bit less, and also Serpent can go up. So all of them have. I try to rank characters on the lower side initially. I have been wrong in the past. Like, for example, when Wong was released, I thought he's really, really good. But then people didn't use him as much, so he eventually went down in the tier list. But then there was a point where people were saying he's very underrated, and he got back into the meta a little bit, so he got up. I think he started here, he went here, and he landed up in the middle. So for a lot of new characters, you know, that is kind of the journey. So do keep these rankings like this in mind while looking at these rankings. These are still slightly newer champions who a lot of people just don't have. A lot of people haven't used them themselves or seen them in battlegrounds and stuff. So you know, their rankings are subject to move, but generally speaking, in most cases, it's gonna be a very slight move. So yeah, that's pretty much gonna do it for this one. You can have a look at the entire list, and if you see anything wrong here, do let me know in the comment section down below. You know, we can discuss, and there's a good chance I agree, because again, I haven't updated this in a while, so there could be some changes here and there. So do let me know, and that's gonna do it for this one. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day. Like, share, subscribe, stay safe, have a good one, and bye bye.